for you. All the research has been done for you. All the work has been done for you. The only thing you need to do is learn to talk to people. So I would also like to introduce you to the loveliest lady in the land, Betty. That's my wife. She's actually the founder of our business. And 24 years ago, when she was looking for a job as a science teacher, she couldn't get one, and a friend of hers invited her to have a look at the business. And Betty said, "Look, I've never done a business before. I'm not sure if I can do a business." But I think what really helped us is that we were ready to listen, because we had a growing family. At that time, we had 3 children. Our youngest at that time was 8 days, about 1 year old in South Africa. So we wanted to do something extra to make an extra $200 a month. So we started the business, and when they explained the business to us, our sponsor came to our house with their director and explained. They showed us some product, then they drew some lines, and they drew some circles. They told us these circles represents you and Betty, and these straight lines represents teamwork. If you connect these dots and the circles, then you'll get a network of people who help each other. So after they left, I sat down and took a pen and a paper and actually started to make some elementary calculations. And I said, if I introduce 3 people in the business this month to use the products, and next month my wife and I introduce 3 more people, and the people we brought introduced 3 more, I did a simple calculation like that, and after 12 months, that figure was 16.9 million people. And when that happened, I thought I had made a mistake. I did the calculation again, the calculator I was using. I removed the batteries, checked the terminal. I thought there was something wrong, did the calculation again, and the figure was still 16.9 million people after 12 months of each person bringing 3 new people in the business. And when that happened, I couldn't sleep for 3 nights. Why? Because for the very first time in my life, I found a business opportunity that nobody asks you for your qualification, nobody asks you where you come from, nobody asks you if you have any experience. The only thing they ask you, make a little investment. At that time, it was about 425 Rand, which is an equivalent of about $30. And the next thing they say, you need to have a dream. I said, well, that's easy. I dream. I've been thinking about many things I wanted to do. And then the last thing they told us that you need to persevere. You don't quit this business. And when they told me that, I began to build a business with such intensity. After 7 months, I equaled my salary. Our income reached $1,000 a month. And after 3 years, what we were earning from the business was 3 times my salary. And on the 27th September 1999, I fired my boss. I'm sure those of you who have jobs, you'd like the great pleasure of firing your bosses so that you can walk into the land of freedom. But that is our story. I don't know what your story is. Betty and I have experienced tremendous benefits from the business. Apart from the income that we earn, the business has really helped our health issues. One of our children has got sickle cell, and it's because of the products he managed to finish his university degree, did a postgraduate course. Now he's working with Absa Bank in South Africa. So we are very grateful to God that we were shown this business. Those of you who are guests, I don't know why you are here. I don't know why you want to do the business, but I can assure you that the person who invited you actually loves you, because this business changed our lives. And sometimes I shudder to think that we may have turned down this business. So let's have a look. What is this business about? Before we go to discuss what this business is, let's discuss what it is not. This business is called network marketing. First, it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. What does that mean? This business is not something you get in today and within 2 months you're earning $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. This business is a business that takes time to build. It's simple. And that is why we have people in our business who have never seen the four corners of a classroom. We have people in our business who have got PhDs. We've got people in our business who are housewives. We've got people in the business who are taxi drivers or whatever. People coming from completely different backgrounds. But this is a great equalizer. So this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you're in this business and you want to make some money quickly, I think you need to think again. The other thing is this business is not a pyramid scheme. I'm sure those of you are distributors, when some people you approach and they ask you, is this a pyramid scheme? The first thing I would say, one of the most stable structures in geometry is a pyramid. Think about the pyramids of Egypt. The pyramid is a very stable structure. Another example of a pyramid is our government. In South Africa, in Kenya, Nigeria, Tanzania, Uganda, you have a president, you have a vice president, you have ministers. Under each minister, you have director generals. Under each director generals, you have leaders or administrators. That is a typical pyramid because there can only be one president at one time. In this business, Betty and I have got people in our business who came 3 or 4 or 5 years later and earn more money than we do. So this business is a very fair business. The people who work the hardest are the ones who earn the most. What is the difference between a pyramid scheme and a network marketing business? 3 key things. 1, a pyramid scheme is illegal. It has no regulatory body. It doesn't have a body that regulates its activities. Number 2, a pyramid does not have a product or a service that is offered to the public. Because a business is when you offer a product or a service to society, and in return, they pay you some money. That is what a business is. In a pyramid scheme, there is no product or service offered. Number 3, a pyramid is illegal. Network marketing is a regulated business. Each company that is doing a network marketing business is officially registered in any country and is regulated by the Direct Selling Association. This is the watchdog that regulates the activities of network marketing companies. Okay. The other thing is a pyramid does not have longevity. Between 6 to 18 months, it collapses. Why? Because there is no business. A network marketing business has longevity. Our company has been in existence for more than 60 years. So let's get to what is a network marketing business? A network marketing business is a system of distribution of products and services. Okay. For example, Neolife is a manufacturer. They manufacture a range of products: skincare, personal care, health products, and all that stuff. And we take this product directly to the consumer, passing through a distributor. The example we used last time is 2. One is a Mercedes-Benz manufactured in German Munich, which ends up in Denver, Colorado to be sold. In 1988, a Mercedes would cost $30,000. Mercedes, I think 350 SE, when it is costed in Germany. By the time it arrived in Colorado, the Mercedes-Benz is $65,000. And why is that? Because between Munich and Denver, there are 17 middlemen who keep adding to the cost of the product, but they do not add value to the product. And guess who pays for this amount? It's a customer. So in our business, what we do is we cut out the middleman between the manufacturer and the consumer, and in there is a distributor. So all that money the company would have paid to middlemen and advertising companies is what is paid to distributors. And that is what makes this business very lucrative. The other thing I'd like to discuss with you about is how the keys to building wealth. Most of the guests who are watching this presentation, I'm sure you're here to learn about a business that makes you money or helps you create wealth. But if you want to create wealth, there are a few things that you need to do. Number 1, you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services. Okay? Because if you do not offer something to the public, you don't get any money. So the first thing you need to do is distribution of goods and services. The second thing is you need to have a global reach. The world population is just over 7 billion people. If you want to really become wealthy, you need to find a product or a service that has got a reach to all these 7 billion people. Neolife at the moment operates in 50 countries around the world. Okay. The third element for wealth creation is called leverage. What is leverage? Leverage simply means that you cooperate with other people to multiply your time, your effort, and your money. That is what leverage is. For example, Betty and I started in 1996. We use the products, we sell a few products. The next month, Betty and I introduced 2 of our friends. So we became 3 people who were using the product and selling the product. After about 7 months, we had a group of about 120 people. And these people, if each of them is doing only 5 hours of business a week, then you have 600 hours of business during that 1 week. Whereas Betty and I were only doing 5 hours a week. That's what I mean by leverage. Leverage simply means you increase your reach in terms of time, effort, and money. The fourth thing about building wealth is you need to get involved in a consumable product. If you buy a pair of shoes, the pair of shoes takes time to get worn out. So it is not a highly consumable product. You probably buy a pair of shoes once every year or once every 18 months or 2 years. Or if you buy a car, you probably buy a car every 5 or 6 years. So a car is not a consumable product, but soap, skincare products, supplements, all those are consumable products. Your product also has to be unique in the sense that you cannot find your products in any ordinary shops or supermarket. You will not find Neolife's products in a supermarket unless you go to a registered distributor. And that is what makes our product very unique. The other thing is it has to be a high quality product. This industry, if your products are not high quality, customers have no reason to come back and buy your product. And because Neolife has been in business for 60 years, that tells you something about the quality of our products. And then you need to build a business system. What does that mean? A business system is something you do, tools that you have that makes your business run without much effort. Okay? For example, if you go to any bank, go to Absa Bank, you'll find that the system they use in Kenya, in Nigeria, in South Africa is exactly the same. That is called a business system. Using tools, certain procedures, and the way to run a business is called a business system. And what it does, it helps the owner of the business to be away from the business without the business collapsing. And then timing. I think Neolife is well positioned in terms of timing, in the sense that what the world is going through at the moment is that people need our products because they are highly in demand because of the COVID-19, specifically vitamin C, carotenoid complex, hair solution, products that boost our immune system, because people have come to realize that if your immune system is very strong, you will not have a lot of difficulty with COVID-19. So the timing, I think Neolife is well positioned. But you see, the other thing you need to think about is if you're getting involved in a company, what is the history of the company? A criteria for an excellent company is one, longevity. It's a company that has to be in the business for at least 10 years. Neolife has been there for over 60 years. Number two, the founder and some of the field leaders have to have significant network marketing experience. We've got people in our business who have been there for 40 years. There's a family here in South Africa of a friend of mine called Carl Spiltner. His parents started the business in 1972. He joined the business much later. Now his children have joined the business. So there are 3 generations in the business. And that means that we've got long and successful experience of field leaders. 2, the company needs to be leading in research and development. Neolife has a scientific advisory board who do research of the products to make sure the products are the best. The company needs to have a fairly low distributor investment to start the business. I think in Kenya you need about $69 to start the business or more. In Nigeria is about $59. In South Africa, I think it's about $40. So the company has a very low investment level to start a business like this. And then you need a company that has got plans for international expansion. Neolife fits all these criteria, and that is why our company is well positioned to be one of the largest companies of its kind in the world. Now, those of you who are guests, why are you really here? Why would you like to join the business? Betty and I started the business because we want to make an extra $200. But that changed when I realized what the business could do. So you have your own reasons. Some of you want to take your children to better school, to give them a better life. You want to have your dream house. You want to have a beautiful car. I remember when Betty and I started the business, I was driving a Toyota Corolla 1300. It's a fairly small car. And you know, when you have boys and they're sitting at the back, there's a lot of noise. And as they grow bigger, the more they fight at the back. So Betty and I decided that we need a bigger car. So we bought a slightly seven-seater, a Toyota Condor, red in color. So I don't know what your dreams are. You need to have a reason why you're doing the business. Some of you want to buy beach homes, or you want to build your own homes wherever you want to. I think most of you really want to have money. I see Kennedy is paying great attention to the presentation. Kennedy, I'm sure you want to make some money, isn't it? So a lot of people want to make some money. And for me, I never apologize because I want to make a lot of money. Why? Because I know that money can make a difference in my life. Money can make a difference in my family's life, my friend's life. You know, I'd like to share with you something that happened to us over the weekend. Because of this COVID-19, most people in Africa earn their income from hustling. That means they go out during the day to sell something or do something and come back home with some money to put food on the table. A friend of mine sent me a message recently over the weekend that, look, Pascal, I need your help. We have no food in the house. Why? Because this friend of mine, the thing he does is hustling. So I would put it to you that making money is a serious business. For some, it could be a difference between living and dying. So take making money a serious business. Okay? Some of you want to be fit. I don't know what your dream is. I don't know what your desire is, but Neolife is your partner to help you succeed, to make your business come true. Okay? Those are the countries where Neolife does business. Africa, we're in about, I would say 13 countries. In Europe, in North America, Mexico. We haven't moved to Brazil yet. I'm sure we're going to get there because Neolife is very strategic and pragmatic in terms of its expansion. So, and one of the things about our products is that we've got scientists, even independent bodies, who do research on our products to verify the authenticity of our claims of our products. For example, CDC, Center for Disease Control, United States Department of Agriculture, the Global Science Network, all these organizations work with our scientists to develop our products. Okay. Now, we've got 4 ranges of products. The first is the cleaning range. You know, when I started the business those many years ago, one of the first people I invited for a meeting was a colleague of mine. He's an engineer. So we went for the meeting. After the meeting, he turned to me with a smile and said, Pascal, you're an engineer and you're selling soap. That hit me quite hard, and I felt discouraged. So I went to my sponsor and said that a friend of mine asked me if I'm an engineer and I'm selling soap. He burst out laughing and said, Pascal, you're not selling soap, you're selling hope. And for that moment, I changed my attitude. That what we're actually doing, we're selling hope to ordinary people to get involved in a business that can reach them high economic performance or to have a high benefit in using the products. So our products is, we use cleaning products, okay? The other range we have in our business is personal care products, hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion. One of the products that I have found that people really like is a product that they use for skincare products, hand and body lotion, and hair shampoos. Really fantastic products. And then we have the nutrients range. The nutrients range are products manufactured in France, because those are the best manufacturers of nutrients products around the world. And some of these products were launched in the last few, I think the last 2 or 3 years, and they make a very significant difference in our business. And the range that sells the most is the healthcare products. Okay, why healthcare? Because when your health is finished, your life is finished. So people, the highest selling range of our products in our business is healthcare products. Why? Because our health is more important than anything else. I know we have to make our skin look nice. We need to make our homes look clean and nice, but we need to also have healthy bodies. That is why our business manufactures health products. Okay? So, if you're a guest, how does this business work? Number one, when you start the business, you get registered with the company as a distributor. You start with the business kit. Your sponsor or the person who invited you will show you how to get registered. And when you register as a distributor, you buy the products at distributor price. So you buy at less 20%. Okay. When you start the business, there are 3 daily success habits that all of us follow. Why daily? Because success is built in the things that you do every single day. Okay? This is a part-time or full-time business. It is not a sometime business. I do not recommend that you join the business, you do it this week, then you forget about it for 2 months or 3 months, then start again. The business won't work. If you work this business, it will work for you. So the first thing we do in our business is use the products ourselves. Okay? We simply change our buying habits. For example, when Betty and I started, we started on the 19th of March. At the end of that month, all the products that we wanted to buy to replenish our stock, we came to buy in Neolife. Our cleaning products, our shampoo, health products, we started buying products from Neolife. Why? Because we are supporting our own business. Number two, we didn't want to tell our friends and relatives of the business about the product that we are not using ourselves. It doesn't make sense. Okay, it's called integrity. Recommend to people what you believe in and what you are using. The next thing that we need to have is share with the business opportunity. What does that mean? That you share this business idea with other people. Some will join the business and some will not join the business. Okay? Sharing the business means you introduce other people to become registered distributors who use the products, who also share products with their friends and relatives, and also wants to build businesses. Okay? For example, you start a business and you do 100 points. Why do we use 100 points? Because in those 50 countries around the world that Neolife does business, every country has got its own currency. And to standardize business in all these countries, Neolife uses what we call a point value system. 1 point is roughly $1 in value. It's not exactly, but it's roughly $1 in value, depending on which country you're in. Okay? So the goal is you as a distributor is to use 100 points, either from what you use or what you use and to sell to your customers. Okay? Let me say you introduce 6 people to register with Neolife and each of them do 100 points. So 6 plus your own gives you 700 points. With 700 points, your income is roughly $45 a month, profit and bonus. Now you might tell me, Pascal, $45 is not a lot of money. Well, I'm sure when you walk out of your house, you will not pick up $45 outside your doorstep, isn't it? So $45 is not a lot of money, but it makes a slight difference. In fact, that is the amount of money you need to start a business. What do you do? The next thing you do is you teach each person in your group to do what you have done. Let me say the person at the top right of your corner introduces two people to join the business who do 100 points. Those two people introduce two people each to use 100 points. Eventually, you will have a unit that is doing 700 points. If you have one unit doing 700 points plus your own and the five other people that you have 700 plus 6 gives you 1,300 points. What is your income? Your income is about $90. It's getting slightly better. But when you continue with the process of duplication, you teach all these people to build 700 PV units. It doesn't go exactly like this, but this is just for demonstration purposes. Let me say you have 6 people who do 100 points each. 7 times 600 gives you 4,200 plus your own 100 gives you 4,300 points. That your income goes to about $580 to $700. That begins to make a difference in your life. I mean, $700 in Kenya is 70,000 shillings. Okay, and that makes a difference in your life. That you can buy, you can live a better, you can buy better things for your family. You can buy clothes, you can buy things. The next thing we do is we share the products. What does that mean? Sharing the products means the people who are not interested in this business become your customers, because not everybody will join your business. Okay? You know, when I saw this idea for the very first time, I was so consumed by it. And I believe that everybody who would look at it would see the power and the value of this business. I was wrong. Some people will not see what you see in the business. So if you're new and some people you speak to them and they're not interested, it's part of the business. Not everybody will join this business. So you just have to be patient to find the people who are looking. Okay? And it requires some commitment. It requires you to keep talking to people. Okay? Then the third, these people, customers, because they're not registered, you will always sell to them at a profit of roughly 20%. Okay? And the third thing you do in our business is personal development. What does that mean? Personal development means that you take time to build yourself as a person in terms of knowledge, attitude, and skill. This business, there are 7 essential skills that you need to develop to become a successful network marketing distributor. Those of you who are distributors or those of you who will decide to join, we'll give you training this Thursday, coming Thursday, we're having another training session. We will teach you how to build this business. They are very simple skills, but you have to make the effort to learn the skills to build a successful business. So we take personal development very, very seriously in our business, okay? And one of the organizations that helps us to build the business is called the Eagle Team. The Eagle Team was started by Charlie and Alta Bolton. They're based in South Africa, in Port Elizabeth. The Eagle Team is not a company that makes profits or money. The Eagle Team is simply a support structure, a support system. They develop CDs, they develop tapes, they develop seminars and training events to help people become successful distributors. Okay? Now, I'd like to mention 2 words that is very important to think about. One is training, the other one is teaching. Training is learning how to build a business. Teaching is learning how life works. Some of you who've been in the business for a long time will know that we not only train people how to build a business and make money, but we also teach you how to lead better lives, to have good relationships, to balance between your business and family life, to balance between your social activities and making money, so that we become a well-rounded person, okay? So before I proceed further, I want to hand over to Paul. I think Paul has got some people whom he would like to share their experience in the business. So Paul, back to you.
Thank you so much, Pascal, for such a wonderful presentation this evening. It was very clear, and I believe the guests who are joining us today, they'll be able to make a decision and be part of this exciting opportunity. So today, as part of our presentation, I have a wonderful gentleman, a one of our leaders in the business in Kenya, who joined the business almost the same time when I came in. And he has been able to build an extremely exciting business across Kenya, Africa, and even other parts of the world. And he's here with us today so that he can be able to share with us briefly how he has been able to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome our president team member, Josephat Kariuki. Josephat, if you can hear me, proceed.
All right. Thank you very much, Paul. You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Thank you for the opportunity. Now, my name is Kariuki Josephat, as Paul has said. Kariuki Josephat is married to Piaros, seated next to me here. And we are blessed with 4 young children. Now, before this opportunity, I was a full-time lecturer in the university teaching computer science. And that is 10 years ago. That was a time when I very seriously needed to better my life, because as a lecturer in the university, I thought I was doing well, but unfortunately, my earning was getting finished before the month would be finished. That wasn't really in order for me, because as a scholar and as a lecturer, I thought it should be different. So I had big dreams, and that is why the opportunity, when it came, I had to grab it at once. I had big dreams, perhaps all relating with money, because I joined the opportunity specifically for money. Piaros was excited about the health bit, because when we married, she was slim, but then I overfed her. She became too huge. So we had to undo that excess weight through the products. But for me, I joined because of money. That was the main reason. And I was excited to hear that I would do the opportunity on part-time basis without leaving my job. So I joined at once. And when we started 10 years ago, we had an issue with the time because we were too busy. But our dreams were bigger than, the excuse of being busy. That was the time when I was doing many jobs so that I can earn extra income. I was still pursuing my education. So I was too busy that I couldn't even have time for my own family. But then the dreams that I had were so big. So we decided to do it on part-time basis. We started small like any other person who is starting today, our dear guests. In a span of 7 months, we were able to make more money than what my wife was earning where she was teaching with the TSC, physics and mathematics. So she fired her boss in only 7 months of being in Neolife. For me, I continued teaching and doing this business on part-time basis. And in a span of 1 year, I had gone to a level of earning more than what the university was paying me. 2 years down the line, we doubled the income. By 2 years, 11 months, we were president team members in Neolife. And what Pascal has presented is a fact. By that time, I was earning more than 5 times what the university was paying me. As a matter of fact, by 2015, I was able to fire my boss. In as much as I really loved teaching and time, the opportunity has given us financial freedom and time freedom. Today, we don't have to go begging for anyone to increase our salary. We know how to do it. Around this time, when people are complaining of economy, we are praising God and jumping up and down and increasing our income. But having achieved our dreams, we now have focused on ensuring that those people who are joining us also achieve their dreams. So now we are no longer working for our dreams. We want them to drive good cars. Now they are here with us, Land Cruisers and the like. We want them to live in a beautiful house. Today we have not 1, but 2 right here in Nairobi. And I want to say it is possible for any one of us to achieve our wildest dreams. But I must say this, it didn't just come. We decided to focus on our dreams even when people are telling us that it doesn't work. We listened to those who had succeeded, likes of Pascal, instead of listening to failures, those who had failed. And today I am excited to say, with the help of the Almighty, we've been able to help so many people to succeed, and the journey has just begun. Where we are going, the future is extremely bright, and I cannot wait to see all of us enjoying life with us. So thank you very much, and God bless you as you join us. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you so much, Jospat and Pieros, for sharing your life with us. It's amazing and wonderful to have you in our business in Kenya, because you've been able to inspire so many people to be able to change their lives and to follow you. I always tell people that I was very privileged when Jospat and Pieros built their current home. I think I was one of the first guests to be able to take a cup of tea in that home, and truly, it's a beautiful home. Just a few, like 3-4 kilometers from Nairobi, just in the middle of town. So thank you so much, Jospat and Pieros, for sharing with us and being part of the opportunity today, and giving us a way forward, and our guests who are looking at us today, by telling them it did not just happen. You had to work for it. So if you're a guest and you're looking for something to do, you're in the right place. The person who invited you will be able to help you and support you. Our leaders, including Jospat and Judy, our present team members, and our team members, they will be there for you. And also the company at large. We take a lot of pride in helping people and changing people's life, because that is the cause and the call for New Life, to be able to make the world a healthier and a happier place to live. So thank you so much. Pascal, I take it back to you so that you can be able to close our session tonight for us. Thank you.
Okay. All right, before I proceed, I saw a comment there from Florence in Mombasa that the sound was a bit shaky. We apologize. I don't know what happened on the sound system, but I'm sure most people have been able to follow this presentation. Just to conclude, remember that if you keep doing what you've been doing before, you'll always get what you've always gotten. If you keep doing what you've done, you'll always get what you've always got. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, because I know that one of the things that human beings have, or the way human beings solve questions or problems of life, is to ask themselves questions. The question I'd like to ask the guests who are watching this presentation: if not now, when? And if not you, who? But the other question I would like to ask you is this: what if? What if this thing could become successful for you? What if in 2 years' time, you start the business, you open your mind to learning, you build a business, in 2 years' time, you're earning $2,500 or $3,000 a month? What if you'd be able to build a business and build your dream house? What if even 1/10 or 50% of what you're telling you is true? What if in the future your children ask you, Mommy, Daddy, how come we don't have the wealth that other people have? What if that conversation would turn around and say, my son, my daughter, we made the decision to start, and this is why our life is much better than others? What if this is the time that is the right time for you to succeed? I've met many people whom I shared this business long time ago, they never joined. And they keep telling me that, no, you people, you started early and now it's too late for me. I promise you, there's a note that I keep referring to the people who tell me that God will redeem the year that the locusts have eaten. That means there's a right time to start this business. What if you actually become successful? What if you become one of the top leaders in this business on the African continent? But to do that, you have to change. One of the most difficult things for people to do is to change. Why? Because if we change, we are going to territory that we are not familiar with. We are getting out of our comfort zone. And success only happens in the pain arena. There is no success in the comfort zone. You ask any top athlete, you ask any top business person, ask some of the top distributors in Kenya like Josphat and Pierros, ask Judy Njeru, ask even Paul. Success requires discipline and pain. And the reason why I ask you to make a decision for the better is this. If you do what the other ordinary person are not doing now, in the future you'll be able to do what they can't do. Why? Because you'll have made a choice that changes your life. So the guests who are here, please go back to the person who invited you. They'll give you guidance on how to get started in the business. Follow their advice. I'm sure they know, if they're very new, they can know somebody who can help you to become successful. And I wish you all the best and God bless you. May God expand your lives until your destiny is fulfilled. Thank you and good night. Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Pascal. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. We have been able to hear from our leaders what the New Level Opportunity can do for you. So it's for you to be able to make a decision, to be able to join. So after this call, if you are a guest, just turn to the person who called you, just who brought you onto this Zoom call, and they'll be able to show you